Pen. Hey, Dan. Dan the man.
We let him take a week
He was
off.
on vacation.
Oh, actually, he was in training.
That's forever. In IT.
Gosh. I will call the regular meeting of the Milpitas City Council of January 20th, 2026 to order. While this meeting is being broadcast via Zoom, oral public comment may only be provided live at the City Council meeting in person. The City Council meeting is available for instant translation in over 60 languages with Wordly, accessible via mobile phone, computer, and video displays. So by scanning the QR code located on the title page of the agenda in the upper right-hand corner, you will find it there. So back to today's business. City Clerk Guzetta, please take the roll.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo,
Here?
Councilmember Chua,
Here.
Councilmember Lamb,
Yeah.
Councilmember Lien,
Here.
Mayor Montano.
And I am here. So before we adjourn to closed session, Acting City Attorney Creech, please brief the public on the closed session items for today.
Thank you, Mayor. You have one item for closed session is conference with legal counsel pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D4, anticipated litigation, the city as plaintiff.
Okay, thank you. So we'll call out for public comment. Is there anyone, any cards?
We have no public speaker cards, Mayor.
Okay, and I don't see anyone in the public, so we will go ahead and just for the records, tonight's public comment in the future will be for 2 minutes. And we will adjourn to closed session. Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. This meeting is now called to order. So we will ask our city attorney for closed session.
Thank you, Mayor. There's nothing to report out of closed session at this time.
Okay, so now let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Would anyone like to take the lead? Let's have Councilmember Chua. Ready?
Our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, great, thank you. Okay, now we have invocation, and it will be led by Councilmember Lamb.
Thank you, Mayor. Let's take a moment to reflect on the spirit of unity, progress, and opportunity that defines Milpitas. With a deep gratitude, we acknowledge the effort of all who contribute to making this community thrive. The residents, the public servants, and all those who work to ensure a bright future for our city. May our work be guided by wisdom, compassion, and dedication to the well-being of all who call Milpitas home. May we be inspired to continue building a community that fosters collaboration and respect for one another. Let us remember the responsibility we share to make decisions that will leave a positive impact for future generations. Together, let us pursue progress while always safeguarding the well-being of all who live in our community. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ahmed, for that. And so now we will go down to the podium, council members. For the presentations. So welcome, everyone. How are you? It's good to see all of you here. So we will give out these commendations. So on behalf of the mayor and the city council, I'd like to take a moment to recognize a meaningful community partnership and the individuals who helped bring a recent public art project to life here in Milpitas. We received a message from Olivia Shia with Compass Point Mentorship expressing appreciation for the city's continued support of public art and sharing how much this project meant to everyone involved. A group of dedicated contributors gave their time, their creativity, and care to create a mural that truly brought people together. We want to sincerely thank each of these contributors for their hard work and artistic talents. Projects like this don't just add beauty to our community, they build connection, pride, and sense of belonging. So Compass Point Mentorship has also shared interest in partnering with the city on a future mural project and is eager to collaborate on the themes that would resonate with our community. So we appreciate their enthusiasm and look forward to exploring those possibilities together. So I just want to mention, if you haven't been to the library, our Milpitas Library, we were able to paint that fence, and it really makes the area pop. It is so beautiful that I was able to volunteer on that project as well. But thank you so much for doing that. It was the students that did most of the hard work, and thank you so much. So first of all, we will give this to Grace. I think I'm going to have some of the council members also present this. So I'll do the first two and then the next one, and then we'll just kind of alternate, okay? Okay, so the first one is for Grace Bai. So this is for the Milpitas Jose Estevez Library mural. So I will say, On behalf of the city of Milpitas, we, Carmen Montano, Vice Mayor Gary Barbadillo, Councilmember Evelyn Chua, Councilmember Han Lin, and Councilmember Willie Lam commend Grace Ba for her work on the Milpitas Jose Estevez Library mural. Through her talent, dedication, and collaboration, she has helped bring this vibrant work of art to life, enriching the community and leaving a legacy that celebrates creativity, culture, and shared pride. So thank you all for what you do to the city of Milpitas. And we will not read the whole thing. We'll now the first one to read that. Thank you so much.
Yay. Let's stay here. Let's stay here.
All right, the next one is for Joseph Bai. The same thing. Thank you. Come on up.
Brother and sister.
But the top.
No, not that one. They're not here. I think they are related here. Shang Fai Bai. The next one is the March. No, they might pick this up. Here. And our next one is Chloe Han. Not here. Okay. Oh, next.
Catherine,
Here,
want to
what do
come
you
get
take?
it for her? We have one for you. Give it to Catherine.
On behalf of Chloe Han. You want to take a picture?
I just got a job to take picture from all of us.
The next one is, congratulations, Annie He. Annie here?
Annie Yu, right?
Yes.
Annie Yu, okay. Annie, what are we waiting for?
H-E?
No, I'm not, oh, Annie, okay, not here.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, sorry.
Chris Held. There you go. Oh, forgive them.
Okay, the next person is Matthew Hell. Okay. Michael Hell. Yay.
Stay here. All right, the next one is Zoe Hang. Zoe? All right, we'll probably mail that to her. And the next awardee will be Dongzu Lee. Not here? Okay.
The traffic.
Oh.
All right, Nina Lim. All right. Next one would be Alex Liu.
Not yet.
Okay, the next one is for Catherine Liu. She's the founder of Compass Point. Woo. And then the other one is Jaden Liu. Jaden.
Try this. Yeah, that's what you're,
Yeah. Suzanne.
oh, and the next one is Yi Ren.
Too bad for Vice Mayor.
And our next one is Olivia Xie.
Ting Ting Su. Yay. Thank you so much. Lucas Yi. Y-E. Not yet? Okay.
Timo Yi. Timo? Not here?
Yes.
Annie Yu.
Okay. Better not be zero this time. You have to. You have to.
All right.
Okay.
So let's see this time. It's Aiden Zhang.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yay.
Congratulations, Aiden. And Annabelle Zhang. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Is anybody here that we should have called but was not called? Okay, we're good.
So Catherine, can you come up here and say a few words? Because she is the founder of Compass Point, and we had the Beautify Milpitas group and us, we were out there doing that.
Oh, thank you. I was not expecting to give a talk. I really appreciate all the parents. They bring the kids to the middle of the summer under the sun. A lot of, even we have canopies and everything. Under the sun, doing the mural is a lot of labor work, but they did it. I'm very, very proud of all the kids, and the parents drive them back and forth. There's a few kids I really like to talk to Annie Yu and Aiden. So both of them, they are there all the time. Order the food, get the water for all the kids, and the parents has been there as well. And they're very motivated to do a lot more for City of Milpitas. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you for everything that you did. It really makes the place really pop. It looks really nice. Okay, so the next thing. Okay, so now let's move on to the public forum. Members of the public are invited to speak on any item that does not appear on today's agenda. Please note that oral public comment may only be provided live at the city council meeting in person. Public forum will be limited to 2 minutes. So we will call for speakers. City clerk?
Yes, I have the following speaker cards. I'm going to call 3 in a row. The first person will come up. Please arrange yourselves in order so that we can get through everybody that wants to speak. The first is going to be Jack Lynn, followed by Rob Means, and then Joe Lowry.
Welcome.
Yes. Mayor, council members, and every Milpitas residents, good evening. I wanted to take this opportunity to briefly introduce myself and to thank the city council and the city staff for your continued work on behalf of our community. My name is Jack Lynn. I'm a lifelong Milpitas resident, born right off Jacqueline Road, and I currently serve as my president of my HOA. In that role, I have helped establish a citywide mail theft leadership council involving 7 different HOAs across Milpitas to raise awareness and the education regarding recent mail theft. By way, the Milpitas Police Department was part of this council. They helped us educate our community members with, and we partnered with the Milpitas Postmaster, and then we also partnered with the USPIO, U.S. Postal Inspector Service, on a community-wide class for our residents. So I'm here today because I believe in strengthening the dialogue between residents and our city leadership, and I truly appreciate the opportunity to listen and to learn from you guys. I look forward to bringing your updates and guidance back to the homeowners I represent. Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming here.
Next, we have Rob Means, followed by Joe Lowry, and then Kaveri.
Welcome.
Will Milpitas be complicit? According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, complicit is helping to commit a crime or do wrong in some way. Scenes of crimes and wrongdoing by ICE and DHS agents are all over the internet. According to Vice President J.D. Vance, ICE officer Ross, who murdered Renee Nicole Good, cannot be prosecuted. He said, "That guy is protected by absolute immunity. He was doing his job." Both statements are lies. But the ICE agents won't hear the truth, only the Vance propaganda. Because they'll believe Vance, they won't feel legally restrained from destroying property and harming people when they come to Milpitas. The legal maxim is silence implies consent. Thus far, I'm unaware of any statements made or actions taken by the city to oppose the regime. I would be pleased to be wrong and curious about details. San Jose has gone ahead and voted to ban ICE agents from using their city property. Milpitas could also. Looking forward, my question is, what action will this council take to show that it stands for the Constitution, the rule of law, and democracy? I'll close with a quote from MLK. "He who passively accepts evil is as much involved in it as he who helps to perpetrate it. He who accepts evil without protesting against it is really cooperating with it." Thank you for your time.
Next, we have Joe Lowry, followed by Kaveri, and then Alex Lee.
Hello, I am Joe Lowry. I live on Horcajo Street in Milpitas. It's a street 2 blocks north of Jacqueline Road, a small suburban street about 2 blocks long. But during school days, at the morning and afternoon, it becomes a major street in Milpitas, almost like a freeway. What does this do? Well, I can't get on my driveway at 8 in the morning, one time at 3 in the afternoon, when the cars passed me, even though I was going 25 miles an hour. I think these are dangerous situations. So I would desire some enforcement here, particularly because of the fact that it's posted on Jacqueline Road, no right turn during these hours, to prevent this type of activity. And in fact, if somebody did get hurt, it may be difficult to figure out who did it because Some of the cars have no license plates. Many have no front plates. So I would like the city to make more effort to enforce these laws. I also am upset that these people who are doing this are teaching their students or their children things like obeying traffic signs don't matter, obeying car registration requirements don't matter. So anything you can do to make my suburban street be a suburban street during those hours, I would appreciate. Thank you very much.
Thank you. City Manager?
Thank you, Matt Cano, Assistant City Manager. Yeah, we can definitely follow up if you can give someone in the back your contact information, and we can check back on your specific street and get some details on what we may or may not be able to do at a later time.
Next, we have Kaveri, followed by Alex Lee, and then Milton Kadena.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, and all the council members. I'm here regarding the small cell tower. We had a meeting and we didn't hear back anything about it. I really want to know what is going on, and it is placed in the dangerous area, and what is the outcome. We had a lengthy talk and you all took the notes and things like that. What is being going on? I want to know, because that need to be moved. Really need. I'm reading all the things before I came here this evening, I read. It need to be placed at least 300 feet away from the residential sites. And you people are not paying attention, and it is really discouraging, because it is not one day's living, forever to live very close to the houses. And I don't think it's well thought of at all. And I want the feedback. We all need the feedback. You all have. I sent the email right after the meeting to everybody. Nobody ever responded about anything. So we would like to know. On behalf of everybody, I am representing from that area, and Juan Alisantosa, he's not here, and a couple of people other than me are here too. And please let us know, and we need to have a really good solution for the health sake and the welfare sake. Not for me, for the community. For the whole community, I'm thinking of it. Thank you.
Next, we have Alex Lee, followed by Milton Kadena, and then Arjang Kabali.
I just wanted to follow up, have our city manager make a comment about the last, if you can just wait.
Yes, thank you. And thanks, Kaveri, for your continued advocacy. We committed that we would follow up with some updates on our notification process and other additional follow-up in January. And we're still having some internal discussions and some back and forth, and we're still committed to getting something out in January this month. And I will also contact you directly to follow up on where we're at.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening. I think I have the same topic as which has covered just mentioned. I think hundreds of people in our community is still waiting for this solutions. So basically, the cell tower is really doesn't bring the community any good, and besides a lot of healthy concerns. So I hope the council can help the community to address these things and convert part so that you can pass our concern to the company. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Milton Kadena, followed by Arjang Kabali.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to let me speak. I am the Director of Senior Services and Catholic Charities, Older Adult Services. And I'm here to say thank you to the City of Milpitas for your continued support from last year, this year. The Ombudsman is the advocate of the most vulnerable citizens in your city, those who live in nursing homes and assisted living facilities. We advocate for the dignity, the rights, the needs of the seniors and the disabled on those facilities. This is an unduplicated services in Santa Clara County. No other program has a 24/7 access to residents in the facilities, and they are all required to have our posters in their facilities. The Ombudsman program is authorized by the Federal and State Older Americans Act to advocate for the rights of seniors and disabled residents. The main function of the program is to investigate and to resolve complaints made by or on behalf of residents related to issues of quality of care and even abuse. Ombudsman protect and help improve the quality of care in the life of the frailest of our seniors and disabled population. Living in a long-term care facility is often no one's first choice. Many seniors and disabled have no option but to live in these facilities. So it's very important for us to protect their rights. We, as I said, investigate elder abuse, resolve complaints, mediate, give referrals, and witness advanced healthcare directives. All this also in cooperation with other relevant nonprofits like the Silicon Valley Independence Center, the Senior Adult Legal Assistance, police and sheriff departments, adult protective services, and the licenses for the facilities. For the city of Milpitas, we serve 1 skilled nurse facility and 3 RCFEs. We serve a total of 246 beds. So we appreciate your support.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. And also, if anybody else wants to speak on CDBG, we can wait until the CDBG item is up on the agenda. And sir, I know City Council was listening, so they've definitely heard what you said, and so they'll take that into account during the CDBG discussion.
And that would be item 10 on the agenda.
And the final card I have is for Arjang.
Good evening, everyone. In Europe during the World War II, when the Germans, specifically Hitler, when he was in power, the fascism, they went out to house arresting people, especially they started with Jews. And there were other people didn't do anything because they said that they are not Jews. And then they went after the people who were communist. And nobody did anything because they thought, well, I'm not communist. And then they went after other minorities. Today, unfortunately, we are facing the same problem. We are occupying, going country after country, hijacking their presidents, and dropping bomb on other countries' people head on their houses, destroying them. And now it's our turn. The occupation is going to happen in this country. It is taking place city after city. And I'm here to understand what people in charge of the government, local government, you the people here, are willing to do. How are you going to defend the public against the ICE? They are occupying, they are going to occupy. They have done it in some cities. And I want to hear what you guys planning to do. Are you going to provide us with the firing arm fire or guns to protect ourselves? What's the plan? How are you going to protect us? We are facing with the government that they are after people from city to city, and we need to protect them.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have no additional public speaker cards, Mayor.
Okay, thank you very much. And I just want to mention that Councilmember Han Lin and myself have been attending the ICE information. We have meetings every month on some of the issues with Supervisor Sylvia Arenas, and I can't remember the other person, but we're listening. And we'll follow up with that. Thank you. So the next one is moving on to announcements of conflict of interest and campaign contributions. We have Acting City Attorney Creech.
Thank you, Mayor. I ask the mayor and each member of the Milpitas City Council whether he or she has any financial or personal conflict of interest related to any of the items on tonight's agenda.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo?
None.
Councilmember Chua?
None.
Councilmember Lamb?
None.
Councilmember Lien?
None.
Mayor Montano?
None.
I further ask the mayor and each member of the Milpitas City Council to please disclose any campaign contributions of $100 or more received within the last 12 months from any of the parties entering into contracts with the city on tonight's agenda, or contributions received from development project applicants for development projects on tonight's agenda.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
None.
Councilmember Chua.
None.
Councilmember Lamb.
None.
Councilmember Lian.
None.
Mayor Montano.
I'm none.
Let the record reflect no reported conflicts. Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Would any of my colleagues want to read the code of conduct? We will have Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
The Milpitas City Code of Conduct. Be respectful and courteous. Model civility. Avoid surprises. Praise publicly and criticize privately. Focus on the issue and not on the person. Use electronic devices appropriately while on the council days. Disclose conflicts of interest and affiliations related to agenda items. Separate governing from campaigning. The council speaks with one voice after making policy on issues. Respect the line between policy and administration, and council will always hold one another accountable to comply with this code of conduct.
Thank you very much for that. Appreciate that. So I would also like to ask, request the city council members if we can move item 11, which is the leadership and support services, to adopt a resolution to appoint acting city manager up after, right now. Would that be okay? Okay, would anybody like to make that motion? Okay.
So moved, Mayor.
Is there a second? So it was moved by Councilmember Chua and seconded by Councilmember Lian. So this call for the vote?
Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Aye.
Councilmember Chua.
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb.
Aye.
Councilmember Lian.
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I'm an aye. Thank you. So city manager?
And Councilmember Chair, if I could just confirm for the record, the motion was to approve the agenda with that change. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, thank you, Matt Kano, Assistant City Manager. And the item 11 is to adopt a resolution to appoint acting city manager. The recommendation is to adopt a resolution appointing Jared Hernandez as acting city manager and providing acting pay effective on adoption and continuing until the appointment of an interim or permanent city manager or until the city council takes further action. And we do not have a presentation associated with this item.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We need to take public comment for this item.
Public comment on this item?
I have no public speaker cards.
Anyone from the public? We have Mr. Rob Means.
I'm having troubles keeping track of who city manager is because there's so much turnover. And the common factor in all of this seems to be the City Council of Milpitas. So I'm wondering what is going on that happens between the City Council and our city managers that's causing so many of them to leave. We've had a lot of really, really good people come through that role, but they don't seem to stick around for very long. And I have yet to hear really good reasons for why they're moving on. If we're transparent here about what's going on, maybe I'll find out. If not, then not.
Yeah.
There was a motion. I didn't catch the second.
Yeah, it was seconded by Councilmember Lian. So this call for the vote?
Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Aye.
Councilmember Chua.
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb.
Aye.
Councilmember Lian.
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I'm an aye. Thank you. Okay, so now moving on to the approval of the agenda. Does any,
We already did that.
oh, sorry, the consent calendar. Now, we'll take consent calendar right now. Ask anyone have any comments on the consent calendar? Okay, so let's move as proceed. So we'll call for public comment on the consent calendar.
I have no public speaker cards for the consent calendar, Mayor.
Okay. Let's see, is there a motion and a second? So we have Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Move to approve consent calendar as presented.
Is there a second? So it was moved by Vice Mayor Barbadillo and seconded by Councilmember Chua. So let's call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo,
Aye.
Councilmember Chua,
Aye.
Councilmember Lamb,
Aye.
Councilmember Lian,
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I'm an aye. Thank you. So now let's moving on to the public hearings. City Manager?
Thank you. Item number 10, public hearing, review applications received for the 2026-2027 Community Development Block Grant Annual Action Plan. The recommendation is to provide feedback and/or direction to staff on CDBG priority areas or specific applications that the City Council seeks to fund. And Michelle Silva from our team, who does all the work here associated with CDBG in the city, along with other folks on her team also contribute, of course. But is here to provide a presentation. But first, I just wanted to briefly mention that the allocations that we're going to discuss tonight are subject to final City Council approval later this spring in May or June. And as a reminder, during the last CDBG cycle, the federal government did attach new terms of which the city is still, for this current fiscal year's allocation, still working through with the federal government to resolve before we were able to accept and then disperse any funds. With this current round, which would be for next fiscal year that we're discussing tonight, we do expect to have a similar challenge with the, so all applicants are reminded that we may have a similar issue with the funding being discussed tonight for next fiscal year. And are cautioned to not assume any funding will be provided unless and until a signed agreement is in place, which allows for these expenditures. These services that we're discussing tonight are very, very critical to our community, and we really appreciate all our applicants and all of our partners, and we hope to continue to figure this. We are really working hard to figure out a solution to this issue. And with that, I'll turn that over to Michelle for the presentation.
Welcome. Thank you so much, Matt. Good evening, council members. I'm Michelle Silva, Administrative Analyst for the Office of Housing. We are here to conduct the first of two required public hearings for the 2026-2027 Community Development Block Grant Program. This evening, I will present an overview of the applications received and provide a brief background on each applicant. After my presentation, the public will have an opportunity to comment, and council will be asked to provide direction to staff regarding CDBG priority areas or specific applications for potential funding. Final funding decisions, including specific amounts and projects, will be determined at our second public hearing. This slide here provides a brief background on the program. The grant is provided to the city by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD. The funding we receive is determined by a formula that factors in population and other criteria. Although we are uncertain of the exact amount we will receive from HUD, the city is typically awarded $555,000 annually to distribute to selected organizations. All awarded funds must be used to provide services to Milpitas residents. At this time, our 2026-2027 entitlement allocation has not yet been released. Next slide. Listed here are the CDBG national objectives. For an activity to be eligible, it must meet at least one of these objectives. 1, benefit low and moderate income persons. 2, eliminate or prevent slums or blight. Or 3, address an urgent need typically related to a natural disaster. Historically, Milpitas elects to use its CDBG allocation to benefit low and moderate income persons. I am pleased to report that all applicants met a national objective and have confirmed they can meet HUD's stringent reporting requirements. Next slide, please. This slide demonstrates the CDBG caps on funding. HUD allows a maximum of 15% of total funds for public services and a maximum of 20% of total funds for program administration. The remaining 65% of funds can go to capital or economic development activities, and these do not have to adhere to any caps. Next slide, please. This slide provides a high-level breakdown of the applications. In total, we received 13 applications from 12 different organizations requesting over $800,000 in total. Historically, we receive the highest volume of applications in the public services category. This year is no different. We received 8 applications for public services activities. The remaining 5 applications fall under capital projects or economic development activities. We have over $800,000 in funding requests, and we project our allocation to be around $555,000. Given these facts, Council might have to make some tough calls. Some applicants will not receive an allocation in the amount requested or any funding at all, depending on Council's priorities. Next slide, please. I will now provide brief descriptions of proposed activities in each category, starting with public services. Our first applicant is Catholic Charities. The Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program works to resolve problems and advocate for rights and well-being of seniors living in long-term care facilities. They are requesting $11,000 to serve 16 seniors. Child Advocates of Silicon Valley trains community volunteers as court-appointed special advocates, or CASAs, in Santa Clara County to support foster children. They are requesting $15,000 to serve 4 foster youth. Nextdoor Solutions to Domestic Violence offers comprehensive, survivor-centered services to Milpitas residents affected by domestic violence. They are requesting $13,000 to serve 48 residents. Project Sentinel will assist Milpitas residents by providing housing information, counseling, and tenant-landlord dispute resolution services. They are requesting $25,000 to serve 120 residents. Next slide, please. Continuing on with the remaining proposed public services applications, Senior Adults Legal Assistance will provide free legal services to Milpitas seniors age 62 and older. They are requesting $15,000 to serve 20 seniors. Silicon Valley Independent Living Center will offer education, resources, and advocacy regarding affordable and accessible housing for Milpitas residents with disabilities. They are requesting $16,048 to serve 48 residents. Sourcewise will provide nutritious home-delivered meals to homebound Milpitas seniors aged 60 and older. They are requesting $11,000 to serve 20 seniors. YWCA Golden Gate Silicon Valley will provide a range of crisis response and prevention services for survivors of domestic violence. They are requesting $18,000 to serve 25 residents. Next slide, please. Moving on to our proposed capital project applications. Rebuilding Together Silicon Valley preserves affordable housing by providing critical home repairs and accessibility modifications for low-income residents at no cost. They are requesting $216,000 to serve 30 residents. Terrace Garden submitted 2 applications. The first application is to replace outdated fire panels and smoke detectors throughout the senior facility. They are requesting $150,000 to serve 184 seniors. The second application is to replace emergency pull cords and central alarm panels in the senior housing building. They are requesting $100,000 to serve 184 seniors. Next slide, please. Moving on, we have our economic development applications. Our first applicant is the City of Milpitas requesting $160,000 to provide grants and technical assistance to 40 eligible Milpitas microenterprises. Secondly, we have Upwards requesting funds for its Boost program. They request $64,000 to offer technical assistance to 11 home childcare providers in Milpitas. Next slide, please. Lastly, we did not receive any applications in the program administration category. However, 20% of our total CDBG allocation will be used to support program operations. Next slide. For your consideration, listed here are the goals Council identified as high priority in the 2025-2030 Consolidated Plan. The bolded areas represent those for which we received applications. Maintain and preserve existing affordable housing, provide supportive services for low and moderate income and special populations, which include seniors, domestic violence survivors, and youth, and invest in projects that increase opportunities for workforce development. It would be beneficial for Council to consider funding applications that fall under these categories to show progress in our consolidated plan. Next slide, please. As we approach the end of my presentation, I'd like to outline our next steps. On February 4th, we will hold a CDBG community meeting in the committee conference room at City Hall. All applicants will be invited to present their proposals, providing the community with another opportunity to provide public comment. Meanwhile, staff will monitor the passage of the 2027 federal budget. After Congress acts, we will use the feedback from tonight and the upcoming community meeting to develop a proposal with recommended allocation amounts. This proposal will be presented at the second public hearing, which will be scheduled for May or June, depending on when the federal budget is approved. Next slide, please. Here is our recommendation. Provide direction to staff on CDBG priority areas or specific applications the City Council seeks to fund. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you very much for your presentation. Do we have any comments from my colleagues? Any comments? Any questions? So let me open it up to all of you so that way you can make comments. Okay. Okay.
All right. Either the assistant city manager or the city attorney, would there be something that we would like to know about the CBDG?
Yes, thank you, Matt Cano, Assistant City Manager. As I was mentioning earlier, last fiscal year, the current fiscal year round of funding, we still haven't signed our agreement with the federal government because we're reviewing some new terms that they put into the draft agreement, and so we're still working through how to gain access to those funds. And so we have informed the recipients for the current fiscal year that at this point in time, the work is at their own risk until we are able to enter into an agreement and authorize disbursement of this fiscal year funds. We do expect with the current round that we're talking about tonight, which is for next fiscal year, that we could have a similar issue with the agreement. We are committed to continuing to work through that, and we can provide updates to our recipients as we go. Thank you.
Okay. So I'd like to, first of all, ask the public if they have any comments, and then I'll come back to the council.
I will start by reading off several names in a row. Ask you to please array yourselves in the order that I call you, and then go to the alternating microphones per person. The first is going to be Michelle Schroeder, followed by Melanie Four, and then Jonathan Durr.
So welcome.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Schroeder, and I'm an attorney with SALA, Senior Adults Legal Assistance. SALA provides free legal services to Milpitas residents 62 and over, targeting clients that are low income or at risk of abuse or loss of independence. We provide services locally at appointments at the Barbara Lee Senior Center and by phone for clients that cannot leave their homes or who have urgent matters. We have been a Milpitas CDBG grantee for some time, and we thank you. Your funding supported expanded availability of our services to Milpitas seniors. We are requesting $15,000 in funding to serve at least 20 Milpitas seniors next year. 91% of the clients that we served last year were very low income, and 46% were 75 or older, placing them at a higher risk of loss of independence. We address a range of critical matters impacting clients' lives. We address income insecurity by assisting clients with legal problems involving the public benefits they rely on to meet their basic needs, such as Social Security, Medicare, and Medi-Cal. We address housing instability by assisting clients worried about eviction or whose housing is otherwise in jeopardy. We address loss of autonomy by assisting clients to do basic legal planning for the future, to help them age in place by appointing someone they trust, to step in and manage their affairs when they can no longer do so. And we address elder abuse and domestic violence by assisting clients that are victims of abuse, both physical and financial. SALA cannot charge fees or accept fee-generating cases. The primary way we support our services is through grants. Your funding helps us provide the highest level of service possible. We hope SALA can count on your support for next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Melanie Four, followed by Jonathan Durr, and then Marina Sanchez.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor Montano, Vice Mayor Barbadillo, and council members. My name is Melanie Four. I'm the Community Impact Manager at Upwards. Thank you for the opportunity to share how our Boost program can support Milpitas low to moderate income childcare providers and working families. For context, Upwards represents more than 255,000 childcare providers nationwide, including over 220 across Santa Clara County and over 50 in Milpitas. With CDBG support, we're currently partnered with Santa Clara County, San Jose, Sunnyvale, Mountain View, Palo Alto, San Mateo, and Daly City to deliver the Boost program. Across the county, providers face similar challenges. They love caring for children, but they struggle with the business side of running an in-home daycare, including marketing, billing, enrollment, which jeopardizes long-term sustainability. Boost is designed to address these challenges from day one. Boost is a customized year-long one-on-one mentorship for low to moderate income family childcare providers. We combine we combine personalized coaching with practical digital tools to help providers increase capacity, revenue, and improve the quality of care. The providers receive free access to Upwards childcare management system, along with hands-on support from our dedicated team, including bilingual care specialists, financial advisors, and marketing and tech support. We also help providers recruit and vet teaching assistants, and any family in Milpitas can receive free support in finding childcare through Boost, including emergency backup care. The need in Milpitas is urgent. Childcare providers here earn on average $18 an hour, and at the same time, nearly half of the children under age 6, so that's over 2,000 children, don't have access to licensed care. One-time funding alone is not enough. With business skills and ongoing support, providers often close. I want to jump ahead to some case studies. I'll follow up in an email, but Boost is proven and scalable. In San Jose, we supported 133 providers, created 42 teaching jobs, and over 220 childcare slots.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have Jonathan Durr, followed by Marina Sanchez, and then Carol Kahn.
Hello, Mayor, Council. I'm Jonathan Durr. I've seen you quite a few times now. I work as the development director at Next Door Solutions to Domestic Violence. I had a meeting with our, and thank you for all of your support for CDBG over the years. We do hope to continue. I know you're under some new stresses as we are. We've added a significant amount of time to our schedule advocating for our own budgets that have been under attack. We are definitely hoping to be in solidarity as much as possible, and we definitely appreciate the city of Milpitas. We appreciate specifically Michelle Silva, who keeps us clear and transparent and up to date on what we're doing. We've seen 2,300 people a year, 17,000 crisis calls. If people come in to see us, they could be coming in when someone else is in. They could be coming in when 6 other people are in. We see everybody. We don't turn anyone away. We don't ask any questions that would ask us to turn them away. We will never turn anyone away, no matter what happens. We have 17 support groups. We take people from crisis to a place where we feel like we know that they've landed somewhere healthier, that they have some more ability to move about. Just the other day, we had someone come in with 3 children. We have a kids club there. She lost her ability to have any money. So our team worked with her landlord to figure out how to keep her housed. We work with people, partners, we call the people who work in homeless services. We work with the police, we work with attorneys, we work at the courts. We have a team with 285 years of experience when people walk in the door. It is amazing. I've only been there a year, so I still get to say this. It's absolutely incredible, and we will never turn anyone away. And we're so thankful for your support for helping make sure that the people of Milpitas are covered when they show up. Thank you so much.
Next, we have Marina Sanchez, followed by Carol Kahn, and then Kathy Wiselby.
Good evening, Mayor Montano and members of the City Council. My name is Marina Sanchez, and I'm here on behalf of Terrace Gardens Senior Housing. And we are located just right across the street on Beresford Court. As a nonprofit senior housing community, we proudly serve 184 residents across 148 apartments, providing them with safe, affordable housing right here in Milpitas. Over the past 37 years, the city has been an invaluable partner, helping us maintain and improve our property through our CDBG grants. Thanks to the city's partnership and generosity, we have been able to ensure our residents live in a safe, secure, and comfortable environment. Tonight, we are requesting your consideration for 2 applications. The first is to request the replacement of our property's entire fire alarm system. This includes every fire panel for 7 buildings, every smoke detector and horn in all units and common areas. Our fire system vendor has advised us that the existing fire panel and its replacement parts are unfortunately no longer manufactured. If any emergency lights or alarms were to fail, the lack of available parts could place the entire fire protection system into trouble status. This would require an extended fire watch period until repairs or a full replacement are completed, creating safety concerns and operational disruptions. Having a dependable fire alarm is critical to our residents' safety. Rather than waiting for a system failure that could place residents at risk and result in high emergency costs, staff believes it is prudent to plan proactively. Replacing the fire panel in advance allows us to maintain safety, compliance, and uninterrupted services for our low-income Milpitas seniors. Tonight, we are requesting $150,000 for materials only for this application.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
Next,
have
we
another
have-
application. Am I able to speak
No,
on the
it's
other
2
one?
minutes
Yeah,
per
2 minutes.
person.
Okay.
So this next is going to be Carol Kahn, followed by Kathy Wiselby, and then Deanne Everton.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I'm Carol Kahn. I'm the Executive Director of Project Sentinel. We thank the City of Milpitas for its continuous support to Project Sentinel in delivering vital housing services for the last decade. Our services help to ensure that the community benefits from the many local, state, and federal protections available to them to preserve or open access to housing when barriers or conflicts present. We are asking for $25,000 to assist 120 community residents. Specifically, Project Sentinel provides services to investigate housing complaints, remedies or mediates tenant-landlord conflicts, and conducts community outreach and education quarterly. Our community outreach consists of presentations and workshops to educate residents and housing providers alike of the rules that govern housing rights and obligations. In the last fiscal year, we assisted 123 residents, keeping their tenancies stable, and we're on pace to do the same this year. The overwhelming majority of our clients are tenants who are extremely low to low-income individuals and households. We provide vital intervention to resolve landlord-tenant complaints, as I just said, before they result in court actions for eviction that can lead to homelessness for our most vulnerable. We also provide information on subsidized and affordable housing resources, which benefit housing seekers of low income. Case examples of our work include a family being denied housing because they have children, a veteran with a disability being denied accommodation, and a domestic abuse survivor being illegally evicted because of the actions of the abuser. In some cases, tenants save money by avoiding improper rent increases and excessive security deposit deductions. Project Sentinel agency funding from the federal government continues to be unstable and uncertain. That said, Project Sentinel remains committed to continuing our mission. We know that the City of Milpitas shares similar challenges in the CDBG program, and for this reason, we're grateful for the support. Thank you.
So before we move on, I would like to commend our new housing commissioners, and that would be Jacqueline and Vinod Gard. And I see that Jacqueline is here. So Jacqueline, I would like you to sit with next to Oscar Leon, because you will be going, oh, I'm glad you stayed on, Jack, because you're going to be listening to some of these applicants. So if you can sit in that, Mr., he's right behind you. So that way he could be your mentor. Oscar Leon and Jack, and there's Jack. So I want you guys to sit next to me. You can be your mentor. Thank you. Thank you. I just wanted to interject that because it's really important. Thank you. And also, also the other person is Raymond Fuentes. Raymond, if you want to sit next with these three gentlemen, these persons here, these two people, yeah, there's two persons there. That way that you guys can, you know, it's a learning thing, you know. Thank you for volunteering to be on the community housing commission. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that. I just had to put that in there. Thank you.
Okay, so the next public speaker card we have is Kathy Wazelby, followed by Deanne Everton, and then Michael Thomas.
Good evening, council members. My name is Kathy Wesselby. I'm representing the YWCA. We've been providing Milpitas residents with free essential domestic violence services. All services are survivor-centered, culturally responsive, and trauma-informed. In our application this year, we requested $18,000 to serve 25 Milpitas residents. This was increased from last year to cover an increase in the cost of living and benefits for our survivor-facing employees. We projected the number of survivors at the same level as last fiscal year, and we also considered that advocates are able to more comprehensively serve survivors when we don't overload their caseload. So these adjustments allow us to prioritize the depth and breadth of service with survivors, as well as retained our experienced trauma-informed staff to maintain our service quality and continuity. That said, this year we're seeing an unexpected increase in demand for services from Milpitas residents. In fiscal year 25-26, we proposed serving 30 survivors based on the previous year's performance, and we've already served 29 survivors in the first 6 months from July to December 2025. While historically we not only reach but exceed our deliverables, this level of increased need from Milpitas residents is unanticipated, and CDBG funding will help ensure that we can meet that demand. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Next, we have Deanne Everton, followed by Michael Thomas, and then Cal Zubair.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. Thank you for preserving affordable housing for Milpitas residents through the work of rebuilding together over the last 19 years. In those 19 years, you've allocated funding for critical repairs and safety modifications for some of our community's most vulnerable. In fact, 405 households in total with an average income of just $37,000. Older adults and people with disabilities making tough choices every day between food and medicine and overdue home repairs and safety modifications. It is said the most affordable home is the one you live in, emphasizing the benefits of having a secure place to build equity and live without housing insecurity. It is also proven that home preservation is the best and most affordable housing option for many low-income households, costing about 26 times more to build a new affordable housing unit than to repair an existing one. The work of Rebuilding Together Silicon Valley addresses the priority in the consolidated plan to preserve affordable housing by rehabilitating existing units. Our work preserves our current housing stock, revitalizes our neighborhoods, all for a relatively low investment, while at the same time saving our community costs that far surpass the cost of the repairs. We respectfully request your support this coming year and look forward to our continued partnership as we preserve affordable housing in Milpitas and restore hope for so many of our neighbors in need. Thank you.
Next, we have Michael Thomas, followed by Cal Zubair.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and Council members. Economic Development Coordinator Michael Thomas to speak to you about the Microenterprise Assistance Program. The Office of Economic Development is requesting $110,000 to serve 40 moderate and low-income residents who own and operate microenterprises that are physically located in Milpitas. Microenterprises are for-profit entities, businesses that employ 5 or fewer employees, including the business owner or owners. And most of the grant recipients in the previous cycles of the microenterprise program mostly been sole proprietors, and most of which have come from the extremely low income bracket, but also we've also served we also served low and moderate income earners as well. And a lot of them have been newer businesses created within the last couple of years. But others have been created before. 89% of the grantees were created before 2024, so these funds are going to continue funding existing businesses in Milpitas. They can use the funds to cover payroll costs, utilities, rent, improvements to the building, to purchase inventory, supplies, and equipment, and make repairs to their businesses. A lot of previous recipients have used the funds to cover rent and utilities and payroll, as well as buying inventory and supplies. They could also use funds for graffiti abatement on their physical buildings, with the exception of murals until it is allowed at a future date by state law. Most of the recipients that have received funds in the past. Altogether, we have issued 105 grant awards in the last 3 years. Thanks.
And finally, we have Cal Zubair.
Good evening, council members. My name is Cal Zubair. I'm the City of Milpitas' Economic Development Specialist. I'm here in support of the Microenterprise Assistance Technical Assistance Proposal. Our ask is for $50,000 to fund a partnership with the Silicon Valley Small Business Development Center to provide specialized one-on-one technical assistance and consulting services to microenterprise owners on how to plan for, market, manage, and grow their businesses, as well as assist with financial management. This resource is intended to complement the Microenterprise Assistance Grant Program and will be made available to current MEEP cycle recipients and other income-qualified business owners, and will help approximately 40 Milpitas residents. The 20 eligible MEEP recipients would receive SBDC services, as well as 20 additional income-eligible microenterprise owners, for a total of 40 residents served as the goal. The goal is to provide a positive, lasting impact on the city's economy by helping business owners strengthen operations, increase access to capital, and create jobs, while also supporting the city's economic development objectives. As a reminder, the Office of Economic Development has partnered on a variety of workshops throughout last year with the SBDC, including a 3-part digital marketing series, Access to Capital panel, and others. SBDC advisors will provide 10 to 20 hours of individualized consulting per client, focused on access to capital, marketing and growth, operations and HR, and financial management. Expected outcomes include increased sales, job creation, improved operations, and greater access to funding. Outcomes will be tracked through a customer relations management database, and will offer data-backed reporting on the impact of this initiative. The SBDC has experience with managing compliance and reporting to the federal government. Thank you so much for your time and your consideration.
I have no additional public speaker cards, Mayor.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Now we're open to any questions or feedback the City Council may have this evening.
Councilmember Chua.
Thank you, City Clerk Seta. Michelle.
Yes.
Ms. Silva. Well, when is the deadline? Is this the complete list of all the applicants this year?
That is a complete list of all the applicants.
I I'm missing, I think, a few that we had last time.
I know some of them didn't apply, but yeah, we just received 13 applications this year.
That's kind of low, no?
Compared to a typical year, we
Yes.
receive maybe like 15, 16.
Right.
So there's a few
Okay.
missing here.
The meeting on February 4th, that's the
That's the
applicants.
CHC, the Community Housing Commission. Yes.
Right, so they're coming to the commission.
That is correct. We have invited all our applicants to that meeting.
Okay. I have a question for the economic development team. The request for 160, did you divvy it up to 150 and 110? Is that the objective?
Yes.
Didn't we have a partnership with SBA already? Is it the same group or a different one?
So this is with the SBDC, Small Business Development Center. We do have a relationship with them. We partner with them on our workshop series. So throughout the last year, not only have they provided assistance in providing, say, seminar leaders, but they also help co-promote our events as well.
And this is the first time, I think, that you're asking a specific amount from CDBG for that specific objective. Why is that?
So the reason for that is our outlook is that technical assistance can provide a more lasting impact on the economy here in Milpitas. The idea is instead of only providing a certain dollar amount that may go to rent or other operational expenses, this kind of program would equip the business to be more successful in the long run by helping them better manage their business as well as provide opportunities for them to access capital to scale.
You said that we partnered with them before. Where did we get the funds?
So the SBDC is actually funded by the federal government from the SBA and from other sources as well. They do get funding from the state. They provide pro bono services to the community throughout the region. So we're specifically dealing with the Silicon Valley SBDC, and they're underneath the NorCal SBDC, but they are all a part of the same agency. And they have been gracious enough and are funded enough through the federal government to be able to be positioned to provide seminar leaders for certain purposes, such as digital marketing.
If we're getting that service pro bono, how come we could continue doing that?
And we absolutely can. The idea behind this is specifically to provide a Milpitas focus. What frequently happens is, in economic development, we work to elevate all resources available to our business community. What often happens from conversations with SBDC is that people will sign up for an individual advising session and then drop off. The idea for this is to create a pipeline that once a MEP recipient has received some money from our grant program, we pair it with advising to follow them all the way through, figure out the most strategic way, ideally. We're not making this a contingency or anything like that, but ideally to follow them through, find the most strategic way and lasting way for them to use that money, and then ultimately have a positive impact on their long term as opposed to maybe rent relief off 1 month.
What's the target number for that 50,000?
40 micro enterprises.
What about the 110? How many?
We would target 40 micro enterprises too. That's always been our target. That's been our target the last couple of years. that results in the smaller grants, but we figured if we can spread more money out to more applicants, we will do that. We were able to award 40 grants in the 2 previous MEP cycles, so 40 is our target again this year. So that's the reason.
So in essence, this is 80, 40 plus 40.
So it's the same 40. So the idea is that this technical assistance program is complementary to the grant program. So one person receives a grant, we would also come with this opportunity for them to receive specialized, targeted technical assistance.
Because they'd already be income eligible by being a microenterprise grant recipient.
Oh, I like that idea. Yeah, that would be good. Okay, thank you both.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Chua. Is there anyone else that would like to make any more comments? I would
I'm
just
not
like
done
to.
yet, but
Oh, you're
it's
not done
okay,
yet?
I'll give that was my first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to follow up with that. I think we're one of the very few cities that give micro enterprise grants, and it really helps. And it all started when COVID hit. We were able to implement some grants. I think you were around, Michael, at that time. For the small businesses that it was a lifeline to help these small businesses that were struggling during COVID. But I'm glad that it's continued, and we are proud to say that we're one of the very few cities to provide these grants to these small businesses. So I'm glad it's continuing. Is there anyone else that would like to make any more comments? We still have Councilmember Chua.
Okay, I think Vice Mayor wants to say, not yet? Okay. Let me call on Ms. Sanchez for Terrace Garden, please.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for being here this evening. I know this is one of the council's favorites, CDBG projects. Last year, remind us again, the 2 projects that we did.
We did our roofs. We completed our roofs for our
How was
property.
that?
Perfect. It's
Okay.
completed. Everything is great.
That's just building B, right? Is it?
Yeah, last year it was building B, C, and D.
Oh, okay. So this time around, it's more for safety, the fire requirement compliance thing.
We have 2 applications. One is for our fire panel and one is to replace our emergency pull cords in our units.
Isn't this kind of urgent? Because if it's a safety issue,
Yes.
it should be urgent.
It is.
And
Yes, fire safety is one of our number 1 priorities. The second is our pull cord system. Same with our fire panel. Unfortunately, it's original. The pull cord system is original to our property, 37 years old. They no longer manufacture the parts for it or the product. So if something goes down, we are going to have a problem. And our pull cords we have 2 in each unit, one in the one in the bedroom and one in the bathroom. And what happens is if one of our senior residents is having a medical emergency, they can pull that pull cord. A very loud alarm goes off in our office or in our on-site staff's apartment if it's after hours. And then we're in crisis mode. We rush to the apartment, we let ourselves in, and we assess what's going on. And then we're able to call 911 on behalf of the resident if in the case that they're not able to do it themselves. We'll then wait with them until the first responders arrive, and we'll stay with them through that. So it is a very, very important element of our property.
so you have a workaround, I would say, right? That the workaround that you just said. Because I'm concerned, because I look at this and I said, this should be urgent, and the way the federal HUD agency is going through now, the situation. We don't know when they're going to approve or not approve the whatever they're trying to do. We can't, our hands are tied.
Correct.
Right, so.
In the event that we are not able to receive funds, we will talk about this with our board of directors to see if they would want to pull from our reserve account to do these projects.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. As we have,
Oh, there's a follow-up question from Councilmember Lam.
Yes. You mentioned earlier the pool court system is no longer available from manufacturer.
Correct.
Do you know what mechanism or what replaced by instead of pool court, what by switch or by what kind of mechanism?
So it's they're actual cords, actual pull cords that are in each unit. Once it's pulled, it's an alarm system.
I understand, but you said it's no longer available from manufacturer.
Correct.
So what the new mechanism?
There is, we haven't found one yet because we're not there yet, but we have received one bid from one of our vendors. We're trying to get at least 3 bids. I can't tell you the name of the product.
I'm asking if the pool switch mechanism is no longer available, what other means to replace the pool switch?
We don't, at the current time, we don't. We don't have a means to replace it. For example, we had a pull cord go out in one of our apartments just recently. We were unable to find a replacement, so we had to buy 2 just for parts and to take them apart. My maintenance staff had to take them apart and apply parts to a pull cord and got it working, but it's very hard, very expensive to try and find that old product. It's over 37 years old.
But my question is, what is the new way of replacing the pull cord?
Oh, yeah. So they have pull cords now. They have some that are Wi-Fi based. They have some that are hardwired as well. We don't know which type that we'll be going with, but we're still going with the same pull cord type system in our apartments.
Oh.
With a different
new
company.
pull cord.
Yeah, with a different company that still manufactures the product. The current one that is installed, they no longer manufacture that
I understand
product.
now. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. Can I call on upwards, please? In 2 or 3 sentences, can you describe because this is, I think, your second time applying for us. Can you describe exactly what it is that you're providing?
Yes, thank you. So the Boost team is led up by a care specialist. So they're like a dedicated mentor for the child care provider. They identify their strengths and weaknesses in their personal business goals, and they create, in collaboration with the provider, a custom action plan for the provider to hit those goals by the end of the year. In addition, they help guide the provider through our custom childcare management system, which they will retain free access to beyond the program year. So whereas the microenterprise assistance program through the city is more general, this is hyper-specific to the needs of in-home family childcare providers. And one of the care specialists even has her own successful daycare, so they have the lived experience as well.
The issue with the very small daycare centers, the one-person business, daycare business, is not how to manage their finances, because there's only like, the most is 6, maybe 8 children. The issue right now, because of the change, you know this, because of the change in our city, MUSD, can take care of children very young age that used to go to daycare centers, but now if they're potty trained, and some told me that even though they're not potty trained, they can still go to MUSD system.
Yep.
So that's what I heard from our daycare businesses.
That's exactly correct.
And they're not, their main priority is not to manage the finances or their priority is to increase the number of clients. So I'm concerned about this, and I don't know if it will help our businesses that way. What you provide?
Can I speak to how we address that specifically?
Sure.
So financial management, you're right, it's just one of many aspects that we help with. Enrollment is really how we can help these providers, especially in light of the changes with TK, which is what you're referencing in terms of children being accepted into other programs at a younger age. So enrollment, and then also helping with the recruiting and the vetting and hiring of a teaching assistant so that they aren't limited to those 6 children, that they can go up to 14 children. So we have a benefit of being a tech company. We have an algorithm that helps speed up that matching process between families. There's over 2,000 kids under the age of 6 in the city who don't have access to licensed care. So we help speed up the matching process between the families and the providers, so we can help the providers maximize the number of kids they have, factoring in the age requirements and licensing restrictions, you know. And so one way we can help them increase their revenue is by bringing on a teaching assistant, and with that, they can expand their capacity to reach double the amount of children.
Unfortunately, because of the business, they can't afford a business, my opinion. They can't afford a business assistance. And also, if the rationale is for them to increase from 6 to 14, they can't do that because they're limited in the square footage of the house to limit them to 6. So
That's just one way in the most impactful way to expand capacity. But again, the algorithm, even if they're limited to 6, let's say they have a kid part-time Monday, Wednesday, they can find another, you know, child that fits that requirement to fill in kind of the puzzle pieces. So it's an algorithm that speeds it up, but real life people on the family side and the provider side making those specific matches. And I was a client of Upwards for years before I joined the team, so I can speak from the parent experience.
Thank you.
Thank you so
for
much.
coming this evening.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And lastly,
wait, I have
you
a
wanna
I have a
follow up?
follow-up on that. So do you work with First Five, Santa Clara County?
Yeah, we've connected with First Five. My colleague Kat Fuentes, who's the lead for the San Jose partnership, has met with them as well.
Yeah, and because I know that First Five is really, they do have a support system to help home care providers, child care providers. And I know when COVID hit, it really affected them, their business. So what you do is you help them with how to create their business, finances and all that.
Yeah, we help them increase enrollment, increase revenue, create like a custom action plan that includes custom marketing materials. So all of this they retain beyond the program year. So a dedicated web listing that you can find just through a Google search, not just on our platform. So it really, you know, helps them, I mean, to create a website that has all the necessary information that parents, by the way, can find for free. So you can go home, download the Upwards app, and kind of get the parent experience. And then I'd be happy to send a link to the provider demo. But it also helps them with programming, which is the reason I chose my kids' daycares at the time was because they were more like a preschool. They had amazing programming with the help of the Upwards app.
So you help them with programming as well?
Yep, we schedule,
There used to be
schedule
another
activities.
childcare provider, 4Cs,
Yep.
but that one closed down. And the 4Cs used to, they used to help them with, I guess, supportive services. It was very technical, I recall, because I served on this First Five board many, many years ago.
And I'm connected with 4Cs as well, and
did they go out of
overdue a
business?
week for a call. I just met with them in Fremont, so I know they're still up and running.
Oh, so 4Cs still existed? Oh, I thought they had disappeared.
Yeah, and we talked about the issue with the
And then you say
TK.
after-school care for children. What do you mean by after-school care?
So a lot of these daycares offer before and after school hours, and so I mentioned that because the estimate where I mentioned how many kids wouldn't have access to licensed care is actually very conservative because I'm focusing on under the age of 6, whereas in reality, they help with after-school care up to the age of 13.
So you provide another alternative. And I do agree with Councilmember Chua. I think when the legislators decided to do pre-K at the school district, it really hurt so many childcare providers. And yeah, but that's another issue, but at least you provide
It's one
some.
on the forefront of what we're trying to help them
So
with.
you kind of make up fill that gap.
Exactly,
Because
there are more kids that need care. It's
Yeah,
just how they
yeah,
can make it a sustainable business.
Yeah, I think that once they implemented that in the school district, it really hurt a lot of small daycare businesses. So, all right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And just the last item on my list is, I just want to thank everybody that came this evening from Catholic Charities, Next Door Solution, Mr. Dunn, Project Sentinel, Miss Carol, Sala, you're always here with us every year. YMCA, Miss Kathy, and Rebuilding Together, always one of the favorites of this council. And Ferris Garden, thank you for coming, and also our economic development team. They're doing an excellent job with our micro enterprises and a new flavor tonight. I like that. So let us know how it goes. Thank you. Michelle, of course. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. I have a follow-up question with the micro enterprise team or economic development team. So, on Main Street, there's a new nonprofit organization called Historical Main Street. I can't forget the name, but are they eligible to apply for these grants or no? It's only businesses, not nonprofit, not a nonprofit.
The newly established Milpitas Historic Downtown Business Association
Right, that one.
is not eligible for microenterprise funds because they are a 501c6 entity. They're not a for-profit business entity.
I did want to just add to that, though, Mayor. Back in June of 2025, I applied on their behalf for a grant from the county. The county awarded $15,000 to support the MHDBA's marketing and branding strategy. We are currently formulating a sub-grant agreement. They're developing a strategy for use of funds, and hopefully that is a little bit of something to get them started.
I really appreciate that. I know because the subcommittee for the Main Street subcommittee, we really we're trying to revitalize that whole area. And whenever you have your next meeting, just when they have their next meeting, just let Vice Mayor and I know, since we're on that subcommittee. So yeah, because we want to revitalize the area. Thank you very much. And then I have one more question for. Actually, never mind. I think just stay on here. I think it's not for the terrace gardens. It's for because I know every year we give terrace gardens, grants, and for capital projects. But I was wondering, what about the Smith House? The Smith House is for low-income seniors as well. I mean, why don't they apply for grants? Because it seems like it's every year it's terrace gardens, but we want to provide. We want to provide grants to our seniors, and a lot of them live at the Smith House, right across from the library. Or maybe, I don't know who.
Yeah, Michelle can
I
address
can
that.
answer
Okay,
that.
never mind. You guys can sit down. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Mayor. I think we could work on reaching out to them so that we could better prepare them for next year. As you know, there's a very stringent federal requirements that not all organizations or nonprofits can qualify. So we have to gear them up and get them prepared if they do plan to receive CDBG monies. But we could add them to our interest list and make sure that when our application is available, that they are aware.
So let me be clear. The Smith House, it used to be run by the city. I don't know if it still is. So did Terrace Garden. So was Terrace Garden at one time. But is it a nonprofit organization or is it a private? Because it's just for seniors.
Yeah, I am not sure.
Yeah, if you can do the research on that, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Are there any more comments from our colleagues? We have Councilmember Lynn.
Yes. Thank you, Mayor. I don't want to really criticize or anything, but this grant is going to be subject to HUD's approval. And according to these three buckets that I see on Michelle's detailed report, 15% goes to the
Public
service,
services.
public services.
Correct.
And 65% to capital projects and economic as well. I don't think we will have enough to fund everyone, so let's hope that we will get the grant and your projects may be partially funded, not fully. I have a question, okay, besides that, I have a question on rebuilding together. Thank you. I know last year with the old grant, with the 2024 grant, you were funded, do you remember?
$385,000.
How much?
$385,000.
385. So the funds are used and serves the homes?
No, the funds are not used because we had a delay because of the issues that were mentioned earlier. So the money was not initially available to us. We do have clients in the queue that we have begun serving now that we've gotten clearance to go ahead. But it's my understanding that that funding is slightly different than the CDBG that you all were referring to earlier. But there were still some concerns initially, so that money was put on hold initially.
Okay. So this additional 216,000, let's say if we fund this, just partially fund this, would you have enough to serve your list that you have?
We always have more clients in Milpitas than we have funding for. So the funding we have this year is more than normal, more than we typically get. And we do have clients in the queue that will utilize this funding this year. So if we get whatever we get next year, we'll definitely be able to spend.
Okay. All right. Well, I do hope that HUD will approve the grant so that we can fund, but don't keep the hopes up so high, though.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
We all do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, anyone else have we have Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
All right, so looks like the total funds is $814.48. This is from this year's 555 and the remainder of last year about 260. That's what we're distributing.
No, so we haven't received our 26-27 allocation. The $555,000 is a projected.
Projected,
It's
yeah.
projected.
Okay.
So we received 814K in requests, and so I'm trying to illustrate that we're projecting 555K, but we have $800,000 in requests.
Requests.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
Thank you for clearing that. So, and then I saw on your presentation the buckets.
Right. Yeah, we do have to adhere to our HUD imposed caps, which is 15% for public services and 20% for program administration.
And 65% for capital and economic development.
Right. So capital and economic development do not have caps. It's just the remainder of the 100%. So, but it could be whatever distribution you'd like.
Where is the 20% bucket was not filled?
So that is filled with program administration, so that would go to staff to run the program.
But nobody's asking for that 160,000.
So typically, we fund fair housing out of that bucket, but given our new administration, we were told to no longer fund fair housing out of program administration, out of fear of having to repay those monies back to HUD.
Right. That is the dilemma that we have now. It's not just that amount, also the amount that we're distributing if we don't qualify for the grant. What I'm trying to ask and hopefully accomplish is to spread it more, right? So each percentage of the maximum allowable by HUD had 3 categories, and the 20% has and the other percentages has different categories, right? And I wish each grant that's coming from CBDG the city can match. But for now, how does program administration works in relation to public service bucket? Is there a connection? Is there a way that that we can tap public administration for purposes of public services, so we can increase some fundings to those devoted for only 15%?
Yes, unfortunately, we're maxed at 15% for public services. In terms of program administration, if you choose not to staff or fund staff, then we could use that 20% for capital or economic development. So instead of that 65% we talked about, it could be 85%, up to 85%.
All right. It's been historic that both economic development and capital development gets the bulk of this grant, and it's a minimal 15% to public services, which really, if you can call that, really touches the community, right? Like most of the recipients for the 15% here, I have personal experiences with them by referring people to them, right? And as compared to the larger segment of program admin and capital and economic. So, and I know, I think this is and I know that we thought of this before. Maybe it's time to check it again, right? If there is a way, for example, I'll give an example, and I'm not saying that this is right. Next door, right? They are for public services. And I don't know if there will be a certain requirement for a qualification, so that these agencies qualify for the other buckets, so that not only the 15% commensurate amount would be given to them for public services, but also a portion of, let's say, their program administration or something. I don't know if there's a way to do that. I think it's going to spread the federal grant to a better cause.
I'm happy to check, Vice Mayor, but the 15% is a federal requirement. That's just how it is. But I can see if maybe we could use that program administration to help fund other applicants in other ways.
Okay, last question. So what does program administration should do to qualify for the 20%?
So in your packets, there is a HUD matrix definitions. And if you look in that, there's a section it's called, I believe it's general planning or general administration. And so those are the only eligible, I guess, areas where we could fund. And so, yeah, if you want to take a quick look at that.
What I would also suggest is that a couple of things. One is We have, obviously from Michelle and the housing team, a significant amount of work managing this program on an annual basis that we need to make sure we fund. There's other methods such as the loan repayment program that we've discussed at council where we get CDBG funding back that we use for some program administration. And then we also have staff in the finance department that are also supporting CDBG. And so in addition to the questions that you're getting answered tonight, maybe what Michelle and I can provide over the next few weeks is an email, further information to council on how we typically fund program administration and the internal staff so that you can have that well in advance of your next discussion on this.
All right, because I believe that there's no application for program administration. That's one of the reasons why we didn't allot any dollar to it, right? So maybe if there's not us, I mean, including us, I mean, applicants are welcome to check it, right? Go to the HUD requirements if the public service programs that you have qualify for the other buckets, it's worth the try. Because I understand for public services are so minimal, with the projects that you have for the community. That's all. So if we can look at that, and next time, hopefully there's a next time, right? We can spread it more.
Absolutely. Thank you for the feedback.
Okay, thank you very much. So what I would, as I've been going over these different organizations, service providers to serve the communities, I noticed that some of them are redundant, and I'd like to see which, and maybe staff can go over, maybe give us a list of some of the service providers that do the same, provide the same services. For me personally, that would help me be able to make a decision. We all know there's limited dollars, and we can't, I would love to fund everybody, but I'm trying to think of a way where, to reduce redundancy, at least, and I've seen a couple here that were providing the same service, but which one, gives more bang for your buck, that kind of thing. So, yeah, if you can come back with a list, which ones provide the same thing, lack of reducing redundancy, and then that will help me make a better decision, more of a wise decision. Are there any more questions? Okay. Are we supposed to make a decision?
No, Mayor, this has been really great discussion and feedback we've received this evening, so we're not requesting you to make any action items. We're taking everything we've heard, and there's a few follow-ups we'll provide you in the interim over the next month or so for some additional information, and then the rest of this information will be analyzed and included in the report back in May to you with our final funding recommendations.
Okay, thank you. And one more last question. Can we require that our service providers to provide if they have any reserves, and how much do they have in there, or is that not allowed?
They typically do provide that in their formal application. Yes.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
And Michelle, is that included in the packet in May, or is there
It will be included.
It will be.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you very much, and thank you for all the service providers that came out. I mean, that shows that you're doing your due diligence. Thank you very much.
I think Commissioner Oscar wants.
Mr. Commissioner Oscar De Leon, come on up. He's been on the Community Housing Commission for a very long time, and I appreciate your volunteerism.
Thank you, and I have been helping the new commissioners. I just wanted to point it out the fact that this is the dilemma that we had every year. In this case, let's say $500,000, 15% of that is $75,000 that can be only applied for the public service, 75 around that, and we have 180 something on public services, and that's the cold reality that we have to face to decide which one, how we can disseminate that. Those are the cold numbers. Usually 180 something every year, and only 70 something that can be allocated. In some cases, the city council have helped providing additional funds in some areas for certain agencies that to try to help them in the past. So that's the hard work that you have to face, and in the commission we will face to try to determine how we can do it, because the other areas, there's money over there, and the 65 or 85, whatever percentage is easy to work with, but the public services is the one who suffer the most, and 15%, there's nothing that you can do regarding that. Sorry for.
Yeah, I think we've been harping on that. It's and it all starts from the Congress. They're the ones that make the rules. But we totally agree with you. It's the public services that need more funding instead of the capital. It should be like, the other way around. But, we're just, we're the ones that we have no say so. So
Yeah.
remember, it's your Congress. And it ain't us. Okay, we have Councilmember Chua.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to recognize Commissioner De Leon. Like the mayor said, he's been on the Community Advisory, now Housing Commission, and he never changed. He still has the commitment, the dedication. Look, he's here this evening. He's been on the commission for like 20 plus years. I've known him for a long time, and the same passion, the same commitment to serve the Milpitas community. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to thank the new commissioners. Let's give them a round of a hand. Thank you. Thank you for stepping up. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, now let's move on to
item 12.
No, sorry, 12.
All right, let's move on to item number 12, setting a salary range for the position of city manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, item 12 is to set a salary range for the position of city manager. The recommendation is to adopt the amendment for resolution number 1626, the classification plan, to adjust the salary schedule for the classification of city manager. This is prior to the posting of the position for recruitment. And I do not have a presentation this evening, but I am available to answer any questions you may have on the agenda report.
And I just
sorry, and the range being recommended is $320,000 to $400,000. Thank you.
And I just want to make a comment that this is an interim position, and right now we're in the process of doing a city manager search. So I thank you for stepping up. And would you like to come and say a few words before we, or?
We'll have them do that after.
Oh, actually, we'll do that afterwards, and then we'll okay. All right. So okay. So we have a call for public comment.
I have no public speaker cards.
Okay, now we're moving on to council discussion. Anyone from we have Vice Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. So with this resolution, which I understand we're amending the classification plan to cater for a range for the anticipated city manager position. What is the effect of this resolution to the compaction as to salaries of assistant city manager, and and it goes down to the line when we have adjusted a range, and then we will definitely have a dollar amount of city manager compensation. What's the effect?
Sure. Thank you, Vice Mayor, for the question. So I'll answer that in a couple of ways. So from the ultimately the any compaction will be taken into account based on the final salary that you end up negotiating with the city manager that you end up hiring, and you'll have to take various factors into account at that time. When we look at the non-public safety side of the house on the city, and we look at the assistant city manager on down, this 320,000 minimum range is a good low range to avoid any compaction when you look at the non-public safety side.
And the basis. So aside from a comparison to the surrounding cities, compensation for city manager, what other factors did we use to determine the range of 320 to 420,000?
Sure. Thank you for that question, Vice Mayor. So the major other factor was the question you just asked, was taking a look on the non-public safety side of the city administration, kind of what are the other salaries what are the top step salaries? That combined with looking at what our other jurisdictions are paying their city managers based on the pay plans and contracts we could find online, and looking at the average of 369 and the median of 348, we felt that this was a good range for the city to offer.
Thank you. I know you would say that, Pat. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We have Councilmember Chua.
Not me.
Hmm?
Oh, who was first? Okay, we'll have Councilmember Lin.
No, not her.
No.
Who was it?
Councilmember Lam.
Okay, no, it wasn't it. No, you didn't. Okay, Sue. Oh, okay, because I seen your light on. Okay, is there anyone else that would like to say anything? Anyone else? Okay, we have.
What was the range again? Can you repeat that?
$320,000 to $400,000 per year.
Okay.
Are you still making a comment? Or that was it? Oh, okay, that was it. Okay, so we have our city attorney. Okay, is there a motion? Or is there a motion for this? To decide? Oh, we did public comment.
Oh, yeah, we did. Sorry.
I need some discussion here. That's because, okay, we have a vice mayor.
All right, I don't have a cheat sheet on what kind of motion, but the way I understand is a motion to adopt the amendment for resolution number 1626, the classification plan, and adjust the salary schedule for the classification of a city manager.
Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So you're making a motion to accept that?
Yes.
Okay, is there a second? We have Councilmember Lin that seconded, and let's call for the vote.
Vice Mayor Barbadillo.
Aye.
Councilmember Chua.
Aye.
Councilmember Lam.
Aye.
Councilmember Lian.
Aye.
Mayor Montano.
And I am an aye. Okay, thank you. So now we're going to ask our new interim city manager, Jared Hernandez, our police chief. Come and say a few words. Welcome and congratulations.
And this is the announcements and future agenda items portion of the agenda, correct?
Yeah, good evening, Council. Jared Hernandez, I guess now serving as your acting city manager. I think what I would first say is commend Matt Kano for the work that he's been doing for this last month. I think Matt's been doing a fantastic job. And as he and I were kind of talking about the roles and the responsibilities, I realize and I recognize what a tremendous responsibility it is to be in the role of acting interim or permanent city manager. And I just want to thank the council for the trust and the confidence in me to do this job. As I stand before you, I think most of you know that I started with the city in 1991 as a 15-year-old volunteer in the police department. And I'm incredibly humbled that I've had mentors throughout my career at the police department to be able to get to this and put me in a position that council would even consider me for such an important role in the city. As I step into this role, I look forward to supporting the council priorities that you guys have put forward. I look forward to serving the residents of Milpitas just in a different capacity. And I also look forward to supporting our city staff who do fantastic work every single day. And being able to do it from this new position, I think is going to be fun. I have a lot to learn, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. By taking on this role, it is going to create some changes in the police department, and I have selected Assistant Chief of Police Frank Morales to serve as the acting Chief of Police while I'm over at City Hall. And I'm certain that Frank will continue to make sure that we're providing superior customer service from the police department. So with that, thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's all give him a big round of applause.
Thank you.
And he's still going to be around if you need him.
I'm around.
All right, we have, anyone else have comments? I'm sorry, what?
Oh, yes, absolutely, yes. Yes, so I wanted to, well, actually, thank you. I wanted to say something as well. So I wanted to just thank the council first and foremost for, I think, making a great decision for the acting city manager. It's going to, I think, work out very well for the city. And thank Jared for stepping up. I really appreciate it. And so effective, I guess, now. So I am remaining as assistant city manager, and Jared will be acting city manager and taking a new role to support our team. So we're all excited, or I'm excited working for him and with him. And then and just as part of the announcements, as was referenced earlier, one announcement is we are in the, I would say the middle, we're not in the middle yet, but we are in the process of posting for a permanent city manager position. And that posting, we're hoping becomes public in a couple weeks. And targeting over the next handful of months is aggressively moving forward to hiring a new permanent city manager for the city of Milpitas.
Thank you very much, Matt, for stepping up and doing a great job. Thank you. Okay, does anyone have any more announcements? If not, this meeting is adjourned. Good night.